What's up, and welcome to my channel. My name's Slick99, and I wanted to make this video to share my beginner journey with MX bikes, and I hope any of you out there that are new to the game and struggling to figure it out, because we all are, aren't we? This is a great motocross simulator. Most will argue it's the best one available, but it can be a little wonky. You know what I mean. When I first started this game, I couldn't stay up on the bike for the life of me, let alone complete a lap without crashing. It was so frustrating. I watched a ton of videos, changed a ton of settings, and nothing was really helping, so I just quit playing it. It wasn't until I watched my friend Repo the Fisherman started to get good laps in, shout out to Repo, but that's when I decided to give it another go. I did a deeper dive into settings, started understanding how they all work and affect your riding, and just made small adjustments from there. I highly recommend screenshotting my settings. Just put the laps and seat time in. It's all about racecraft. Racecraft is just understanding the track, corners, and rhythms, brake, throttle, and steering control, how much roll speed you should have entering each corner, and everything else you learn while riding. Now, I only have 60 hours into this game. I am not fast, but I'm getting faster as I learn and improve my racecraft. The goal here is staying up on the bike and completing laps with minimal crashes. You will only get faster once you learn these basics and put in the seat time. I went from not being able to even complete a lap to getting top 10 consistently on what some people call the beginner tracks like the Forest. I even got a few podiums with lobbies of 15 to 20, just as long as I didn't get taken out. All right, enough of the small talk. Let's get into this. Jump into settings. Now, I'm gonna improvise all this. Normally I do scripted stuff because I suck at just talking on cue. But look at the first input right here. I have my direct lean at 100%. Seems like a lot of people have that. Everybody uses combined brakes, which in a lot of games I separate my front and back brakes with different buttons, but it seems to work really well, so we're just going to keep it there. Over here on the advanced side, we have a couple things to drop down. Starting with lean, I have the dead zone at 3%, linearity at 150%. Definitely use the smooth and the press right here. So this is with lean. So with your left joystick, if you look on the very bottom, this actually shows your controller inputs, throttle, brake, and then lean left and right with your left joystick. Now the lean is all left joystick. I have the press at 100%. Now what that does, and what I figured out, is when you go full forward or full lean, it doesn't just snap so quickly. So when you're trying to lean, it just doesn't dump you. Because dumping and tucking your front end is a huge problem in this game. You have to really adjust and account for all of that. So if I was to pull this all the way down, look how fast that jumps. So when I'm like in the moment and I want to turn, it's going to dump me because it just turns too quickly. So if you put that at 100%, at full throttle, or not at full throttle, but at full press, it kind of gradually hits that, right? Same with the release. I have the release at 61% so that when I let go, it actually stands the bike back up a little bit quicker, so that when you're in a corner and you're coming out of the corner, you're not still leaning and then you dump it. You want to try to straighten out and get going. So that's helped a lot doing that right there. Gains at 100, strength 25, rumble, sure. Now let's jump over to throttle. Okay, throttle is the same thing. When I'm hitting this, a lot of times when I'm coming out of corners, whatnot, you know, I'm just used to other MX games where, you know, it's just full throttle, and it's something that's really hard to get used to. So I've helped counter that by changing some of the settings here. And as you can see, when I hit full throttle, look down there, it gradually goes. It doesn't just like snap to it. So I'm not like peeling out when I'm in a corner and I hit full, or if I hit my throttle, it's just not going to spin my tires out and dump me, or pull my front end up and loop out at all. So that's where I have my press at 80%, my release at 50%, linearity 100, and dead zone at 5%. That's been working. Going to brake, brake's the same thing, right? So when I hit my brakes, I don't want it to just lock up and slide, especially in corners and whatnot, lose my rear end. Everything is so sensitive in this game. I got my linearity at 100%, smooth, presses at 100, releases at 10%, so it's going to release a little bit slower. The gain 75.8, strength 25%. We'll go with the rear brake. Rear brake, we have 30% press, 10% release, 25% strength. Clutch, we got press at 50%, so that's going to be this button right here, your left bumper button. So it's not so snappy and quick, and then it releases at 5% as well. I don't think I changed anything with my front and back or my left right lean at all. Yeah, these are both the same. So you can feel free to screenshot that. I'm pretty sure that is stock. Okay. Let's jump over to input 2. Input 2, this is all, you know, this is all honestly personal preference. Your controls, how you shift up and shift down, and all that kind of stuff. So we can just kind of skip all of this. We don't really need to deal with graphics at all. Miscellaneous, you know, you don't need that. But simulation this is an important one. Field of view, I mean, I use this 110. I believe that's that's at 110. That's completely up to you on how you want your field of view. If you want to be really, really close to the bike or a little bit farther, farther back so you can see a little bit more. What's really huge is on this side. Okay, we have shift help, automatic clutch, brake help, rider dab and rider sit, and then tire change. I don't do any of the automatic lean at all. I do that on my own. I don't do the traction help. As you can see, all of this shift help is huge because I miss shift so much until I turn that on, because you can't be on the throttle while you're trying to clutch and shift and then let go of the gear, whatnot. You have to completely be off the throttle or it won't shift. And so many times I'm trying to shift down, trying to shift up, and I was missing it because, you know, I had a little bit too much throttle on when I was trying to do it. So shift help lets you just shift while you're throttling through, and that's helped me a whole bunch. Automatic clutch is a big deal, I believe. When you crash or when you get too slow or something like that, your bike can die unless you hold the clutch in. Automatic clutch helps that part. Can't remember exactly what brake help does. Rider sit is a big deal because you can sit on the bike and you can stand up, and this helps when you're going around corners, and especially when you're jumping. A lot of people like standing most of the time, but as soon as you get into the corner, you kind of want to sit into the corner so that it lowers your center of gravity into the corner and you can hit that rut really well. Automatic tires change. I'm not quite sure how much that helps. It might be more for the servers or the races that make you change your tires throughout the race and all that stuff. But these are all the inputs. So once again, hopefully, actually, you know what? We don't have to go through all this. Hopefully you just screenshotted everything as I went through. You can rewind, pause, screenshot it as well. Let's go into a track. So let's go to a testing real quick, and we're going to go to the forest because that's what I recommend everybody start on, the forest, and just stick to one track. Don't try racing a whole bunch of tracks. You need to familiarize yourself with that same track, the rhythms, the turns, and all that, so that you can get better, so that you can just jump onto any other track and just kind of adapt to those tracks with the knowledge of this. If you keep jumping around, it's going to make it really, really hard to get used to this and like get your racecraft in. So let's jump right into this. All right, so we're here at the forest, and the main goal of this video is to help you stay on your bike and get around the track without falling. We're not going for speed here. Speed will come with seat time and experience. The most important thing is to learn the track and learn how your bike acts and reacts to everything. All right, the first thing that we're going to talk about is moving from a dead stop. This is probably the most frustrating part of the game. Everybody deals with it. The game is super finicky at low speeds, so you have to be real easy on the throttle and steering. But once you get going, you'll be in more control. You can go faster. Now, what's really important is learning the track. You don't want to approach a jump with too much speed and over jump it. You don't want to approach a jump with too less speed and under jump it, casing it. You want to hit the jump at the right amount of speed so that you're landing on the downside, on the back of the jump. That's what's going to help push you forward and keep your momentum and speed into the next section. Once you get more familiar with the track, you're going to start to know what's coming up in the next section. So you want to position your bike on the landing so that you can enter the next section at the right angle. Now, after this finish line jump, there's going to be a left-handed turn and then a quick right-handed turn. So with that, I'm going to want to position my bike on the right side of the landing so that I can enter that first left-handed turn and hit that berm right. With that, you're gonna notice that when I transition from left to right and go up the hill, I'm gonna let off the throttle because I need to keep my traction on that transition. I don't wanna lose the rear end out and give it too much gas while I'm doing that. So you always wanna go bam, let off the throttle, get in, and then go. If you do this and all throttle too much, then you're just gonna whoop and leave that out. Now this next corner is pretty tricky. It's a tight U-turn with a step down coming out of it. Coming down this hill, you're going to have a lot of speed, so I like to slam on my brakes before it so I don't jump into the corner. I take this corner really slow and smooth, and I just fall into the landing. You want to make sure that you're not leaning too much when you drop down into that step down, or you're going to lay the bike over when you land. Now this next turn is left-handed turn with two lines. There's a line on the inside with a good berm with traction, and there's a line on the outside that's pretty flat with an okay berm on the outside. I try not to take the outside because I don't ever have traction and I've lost my rear end way too many times. If you can take the inside berm and stay in it, you're gonna get around that corner a lot quicker. Now, if you enter that berm at a bad angle or too much speed, you can blow over the berm. Now, if your front tire goes over that berm, let off the throttle and just regain control, because if you give it any throttle, you're gonna tuck that wheel and you're gonna lay it down. Now the next section can be really fun. You can get really nice flow with it, but it requires really smooth and consistent throttle control. The first jump will set you up for the second jump, so you just need smooth throttle throughout the whole thing. Check it out. Now the next section is pretty tricky. It's a right-handed turn that goes into a left-handed U-turn. Now there's a left line and a right line. I like to take the inside line going in and transition over the lowest side of the berm into the inside of the left-handed U-turn. Smooth throttle and smooth steering is key. Now remember, when transitioning from left to right or right to left, you want to let off the throttle during that transition so you keep traction. Okay, we just passed two jumps, but they were just straight jumps, so all you need to do is make sure that you have the right speed so you're not over jumping or under jumping them. Once you land on the top here, you can have a slight left-handed step down. I like to let off the throttle here so that I step into the transition a lot better, not over jump it. I like to position myself on the left side because up ahead is going to be a nice right-handed turn with a berm, and then after that berm is going to be a decent little tabletop, a little kick to the right, and then a step-up gap. That step-up gap, you don't want to go too fast because after that, it's going to be a sharp left-handed turn that you don't want too much speed to go into. I just want to apologize for the quality of this video up until this point. All the videos that I've made in OBS were at 10,000 bitrate and they've all looked great, but this game seems to struggle with that. As soon as you start moving, it seems like my videos were kind of pixelated while I'm riding around. I had to ramp up the bitrate up to 50,000 just to get this to look pretty decent, so I hope that it looks better from now on. Now this next turn has been by far the hardest turn for me to learn. There's an inside really sharp turn in there, and then there's an outside line as well. The outside line doesn't have as much traction and I'm constantly losing my rear end, so I stuck to learning that inside. You do have to slow down a lot, and I started using counter steer just to get me around the corner a little bit better, but you can do it with just the one stick without the counter steer. When you come out, you're coming out so slow that you don't want to just give it too much gas or you're going to pick up that front end and loop out. Now the next two turns is going to be an S turn, so you're going to be transitioning from left to right. This first left-handed turn is very flat and there's very little traction, so I like to take it pretty easy. Once you get around this corner, you need to get the bike standing back up because you're going to transition to a right-handed turn. Now remember, ease off the throttle while you're transitioning from left to right so you don't lay it down. Little OJ right there, little OJ, but that's the whole forest track. Now let's take it to the races and see what we can do. All right, we just finished the warm-up. Now we're lined up and we're gonna get to it. We're gonna try to get let's see if we can top 10. Gotta really avoid a lot of these riders in public lobbies. It's pretty brutal. People will slam into you, hit you from the behind, ride you off the track, and every first corner is always carnage, so I always try to hang back and try to find holes to get through and try to avoid either people crashing and bikes flying around too. So we'll see. We're gonna do our best and just try to stay up. We're not going for crazy speed right now. We are just trying to stay up on the bike and finish the race. So let's go. All right, let them go, let them go. Already crashes. Avoid bikes, avoid bikes. No, 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 no. Let's go. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. You gotta get out, man. I don't like sharing turns with people. Never ends right, never ends well. I like to ease back a little bit and try. Oh no, 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 no. Let's go. Oh snap. Oh god. This is not good. It's not good. I gotta get out. Okay, there's a chance right there. See, I try to race respectful. I see people coming, man. I just try to stay out of the way somehow. Most people are not like that. That guy was gunning for me. He shot on the inside. Glad it wasn't in that corner. He would have taken me out. Coming out of that corner slow. You don't want to give it too much pepper. Get the front end up and loop out. Go down. Easy, easy, easy. Stand it back up. Go, go, go. Turn. He hit me. He's gonna try to take the inside to blow me out. If I'm on the inside, he has a harder time taking me out. As long as we stay up on the bike and stay consistent, hopefully they make mistakes behind me and fall back. We need to stay consistent. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. And there's one down. See, as long as you can stay on the bike, there's a better chance for people in front of you to crash, which will give you the opportunity to pass them instead of trying to take them out and take them on corners and stuff and risk crashing yourself or crashing them. Stay consistent. Brake, brake. No counter steer. Let's go. And fourth, not bad. We're right behind. Oh, slow down, let's go. Brake, brake, brake. Up, see, he made a mistake right there. Able to take him, let's go. As long as we're not making mistakes. We're making less mistakes than everybody. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Don't bobble. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We lost some speed on that. Uh-oh, I'm on the outside of the berm, not good. Just gotta let off the throttle and just regain control. No throttle if you go over the berm. You make the mistake, you just gotta eat it. Somebody behind me. Oh, OJ'd that. Oh, almost picked that front end up. What was I talking about? That corner is so slow. Give it a little bit too much. One more lap. Let's go. Let's stay up. Gotta stay up. Did a bit too much on that transition. Not good. I got a lot of people behind me that want my spot. We gotta hold. Let's go. Ooh, a little over the berm right there. Smooth throttle. Smooth. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Get over the berm. Stay inside. Let's go. Where they at? Where they at? I got one guy right on my ass. Not good. Everybody likes to take you out, I swear. Oh, no, 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 don't hit the fence. He's right there. Oh shit, did he fall back? They fell back. They made mistakes. Let's go. We got this, guys. Oh, I didn't do that very well. Don't bobble. And checkered flag. Let's go. Woo. Hey, we got through it. We got through it. We got through it. But that's all you got to do is you just got to stay consistent. Just stay on your bike. Stay up. Don't crash. Try to avoid people as best as you can. Don't overjump. Don't underjump. Stay smooth on the throttle, on the landing. Stay smooth through the jumps. Position yourself for the next turns and all that kind of stuff. And just practice, practice, practice. Seat time is key. Seat time is key, man. And just stay on the same track until you just get so used to it and so confident around that track that you get going quicker and faster until you can, you know, top 10 in that. And once you can top 10 in that track often enough, it'll give you a little bit more, you know, comfortability and confidence. To jump into a different track that you've never raced before. You know, you'll understand the physics, how your bike reacts, how your bike moves, and how to control it all. So, yeah. Anyways, we got second place, y'all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys out there on track.